We're here to talk about your right hand position with your flute. Why? Well, because if we can get this right, our fingers are going to move an awful lot more freely, and we can get a huge amount more dexterity to our finger patterns as well. And it takes away any of the tension and possible long-term injury or pain or anything that we really have got to avoid if we're going to be doing our practice for a long time. Fingers crossed. Okay, so the idea is to get your hand to work as naturally as it possibly can. Of course, you know, if you can think when you sleep or when you walk, your fingers are just naturally curled. So this is the first thing that we need to do, is get a nice curled, relaxed hand position. So if you just let your fingers hang, you can see that there's a gentle bend to them generally. So just like that. The other thing is, of course, this is all attached here with your arm. And we want our arm just to come up from our side. Okay, if we do this, we add a restriction in here, and that's going to have an impact on our fingers as well. So your arm is literally elbow at the side, coming up, and that's where we should be. So this is my perfect flute position. Okay, it would just go there. There I am. Okay, we need to talk about your thumb. And you can read all sorts of articles that tell you your thumb should be underneath your middle finger, underneath your first finger, somewhere in between or whatever. But you have to get this right for you. Everybody has got a different shape of hand, different lengths of fingers, whatever. So we need to find the perfect place for you. So again, if you let your finger hang, you can see where your thumb, I can just show you, lands with your fingers. Mine is really underneath my first finger, maybe slightly to the left. I've got quite long fingers. So this is the optimum place for me. If you may just hang there or there. Look at where it is and transfer that to where it is on your flute. So that's mine there. It just comes slightly to the left of my first finger. It's unusual for your thumb to be in the right place there, but I have seen several people who have got a real definite bend to their thumb. I don't know whether that's from thumb sucking or whatever. If that's you, it may be that your thumb actually hangs out that way, and then this is the right position for you. There's no point in you trying to bend it in there. It's just going to add tension for you. You can check it. Pop this in the right place. Waggle your fingers. Feel the freedom. Put it in the wrong place. You can definitely feel the restriction now. You can feel it down here as well. So you'll know where it is, but the idea is that you should be able to freely wiggle your fingers like that, all right? With regard to where it is underneath your flute, it shouldn't be round here. Two things will happen. This will bring your first finger down to rest on the rod, and we definitely don't want that. That puts mechanical pressure on the flute. Secondly, the balance of the flute is so well mastered that if we have the thumb there, it will tempt the flute to roll that way, and thus it will roll in here, affecting our sound as well, and we won't have enough of a distance between our top lip and outer lip plate. Many players play with their thumb right at the back pushing forward, and it's counter pressure from this hand pushing back here. And really, if you can get your thumb as far behind, that's great, but definitely needs to be upwards and forwards pressure, so we get these points of balance. Your points of balance, just to remind you, your pinky, your thumb, this, your chin, and that we should be able to hold the flute with just that. Your fingers should be curled and relaxed away from the rods, so that shape, like you're about to pick an apple off of a tree. So underneath, definitely pushing forward if it can, and not poking out there. Keep an eye on your wrist. So again, if you can remember, the elbow came in at the side, it's coming up there. It means that the wrist should have, I wonder if I can do it like this, a nice straight line there. That we definitely don't want. This will come from either your thumb being too far forward or that earnest high elbow that sometimes we see with people playing like this. That's a no-no. Try it. You'll soon feel it doesn't do your fingers any good. Keep the weight of your elbow down, away from your body, of course, so you can breathe, and your fingers should rattle beautifully. All you need now are some really good finger technique exercises to get that working, and you're off.